What's up, FLEEK Squad? I'm your host, DeMarcus, aka GEEKS,
And what to do, y'all? I'm Dominic, aka D Young Promos.
And this is the Young Brothers Presents Geeks on FLEEK. What's up? Episode 10. All right, well, let's just get into the good stuff, man. We don't have no time for no half-stepping and BS here. So, this is not more Marvel, more problems, but it does kind of show problems with Marvel animated series. Hulk and the Agents of S.M.A.S.H. over.
Yep, finito.
Is
done.
it
Finished?
Canceled. They got canceled. So it got taken out by force, not by choice. How you feel about that, man?
Man, I'm just gonna have to say. I'm just gonna have to say this. Damn.
Good times reference in a Hulk story. It's kind of sad. Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's messed up because I started watching it from the beginning. It was funny because it was the least interesting show to me at first, and then when they just they redid the Avengers, I hated that, because I liked Earth's Mightiest.
Heroes.
That was great, but Avengers Assemble was just like an unnecessary reboot. It was just stupid to me. A lot of my friends say it's gotten better, but I've just kind of dropped it. But, so, and Ultimate Spider-Man was number one for me. But, after Avengers got screwed up, I was like, let me check out Agents of S.M.A.S.H. Let me check it out. And it was surprisingly fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun show.
Yeah, it's a fun show. It's entertaining.
And they take a lot of that Ultimate Spider-Man reverence for Marvel obscurity, and they bring it there. There's a lot of stuff.
Cause they brought a lot of characters out. I mean, they had Shenmue.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his name, Shenmue.
I think so.
Noxio the Clown was in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the damn things? Oh, what's the name of the weird gremlin creatures they had? Druffs. They had Druffs in there.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they was kind of doing some Batman Brave and the Bold type shit, with like going like deep within the Marvel canon of characters.
Yeah, and that was the most refreshing thing about it, because there's one thing I get tired of with the same characters being used. Yeah, the same characters. Like, it gets to a point where I don't give I don't give a damn like how you try to remake them, redo them. Like in Spider-Man, I don't give a shit about Dr. Octopus.
Yep.
Hate it. I hate the character, and I hate all the redos of him. It's like, use somebody else, or it might be kind of a dodgy proposition to create a new character, God forbid, but he's corporate.
Yeah, they just like, we gotta stick with the same
But
one.
Yes, Agents of S.M.A.S.H. was fun, and it was funny because it has a great setup, and it has a great setup with the other Hulk characters, because there are a lot of Hulks.
Yeah.
So they had a really cool setup with the Hulk, and and we were both like, this could be a great series in
the comics.
Yeah. And it's funny because there'll be some changes here and there, but I could kind of see a similar dynamic.
Especially Red Hulk. Say how his personality and how the characters react to it.
Yeah.
Especially when they be not punching the shit out of
him. Like nobody, like when no one's having it, that he talks shit about the Hulk, and he gets Hulk puts him in his place. That probably, so I think he'll be a little less of the clown, like, because the Red Hulk is way more badass than that. But it'd be a cool dynamic to see them, in the actual mainstream.
And then the character development. That's one thing I gotta give them. They really fleshed those characters out. And I know the next to the last episode, it was centered on Red Hulk, and it did so much development for that character. Like it was more so like a redemption story for him.
Okay, so he wasn't just a jerk ass.
Yeah, it wasn't just a jerk ass. He started realizing the folly of his mistakes, and it's cool. It's cool what character did it for him. But I say the thing with Hulk Agent of S.M.A.S.H., man, what I liked about it was just it took the Hulk out of his comfort zone. He, it forced him to be a leader of his own team.
Yeah, story wise, yeah.
And then there that it further established his place, in the Marvel universe. It was like they really, they really drove home the whole he's not a monster thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in some ways they even use that as like a form of stereotyping for the character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, works really well. It's funny. I actually like. Some people don't like it because they like the Rampage and Hulk, and I'm a fan of Smart Hulk, even though he's really powerful when he has that brain to go with it. Mm-hmm. But he's really powerful as Smart Hulk, but he's not what I call Superman powerful, to where you can't write a good story with him. And when you want the Rampage and Hulk, it's not like you can't do his Rampage thing when he gets real mad.
Yeah.
Or when he gets mind controlled.
Because they balanced it. Because what's crazy is I think this, honestly, the Hulk Age of S.M.A.S.H. Hulk, he seemed like the fusion of all three Hulks.
Yeah, he's like all of them together. So that, to me, he's like Smart Hulk. Yeah, he's like Smart Hulk that was with Pantheon in the 90s. So if you all want to watch Agents of S.M.A.S.H., don't get too used to it because it got canceled. But it is on Netflix now.
Yeah,
good watch, fun watch. Check it out.
And there's a certain Dinosaur character that's on there too. I mean, that show is
bringing us into our next topic. But yeah,
like this show, I think Hulk Age of S.M.A.S.H., I feel might have been the reason for Devil Dinosaur's recent popularity in the books.
Mm-hmm. Oh, without a doubt. And that brings us to our next topic: Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. In the post-Secret Wars Marvel Universe, we're going to get Devil Dinosaur, and he's going to find himself not with the little hairy caveman guy, Moon Boy. We're going to have Moon Girl, Lunella Lafayette, and it's written by Amy Reeder and Brandon Montclair, and the art is by Natasha Bustos. Hope I'm saying that right, but I'm probably saying it wrong. And just looking at the thing, I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody needs to feel included. I give you... my daughters will probably give it a watch.
Oh yeah,
give it a read.
They give it a read.
They give it a read.
And you gotta apply Marvel for that. That they want to try to do an all ages book.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it seems like it's gonna have that level of cuteness and that the Pet Avengers had.
Yeah, but the Pet Avengers, love the Pet Avengers. That was fun. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, they didn't give a lot of stuff away about it. Just the image, we kind of find out that she's a smart little girl.
Yeah, she is.
Kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, to some degree.
Well, I think the reason why they said she's a weirdo, it's because of this little recent development with her. To me, this would be the only negative about it. She's a fucking Inhuman.
Oh.
Yes. When I saw that,
nice.
I said, why Marvel? Why do you have to make her? Why do y'all have to make her a ratchet ass Inhuman? Oh, they like the struggle X-Men. Y'all don't understand. They a struggle
man.
To me, they are like comic book salt of the earth. Okay?
I guess they're like the Bane. Yeah,
jeez.
They're the Bane of all.
I mean, that's the only negative part. I'm like, okay. The only good thing about that BS is if this story takes off, who knows? Maybe we might see her and Devil Dinosaur on an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm sure it will.
Because that show needs help.
And maybe we can get that. Maybe we can get that Devil Dinosaur figure too. That'd be awesome. Oh man. So okay. Well, see, I didn't read that far into it. Damn.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna still give it a chance because comic Inhumans is slightly less worse than the ones on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. Because one of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. it's like, man. Y'all like some broke. Like y'all pretty much y'all pretty much like the Evos from Heroes.
That's exactly. No, you can't even call them the Evos because that's for the new series.
Yeah, that's for the new series.
You just got to call them like the super powered from Heroes. I'm glad you didn't say that they're like X-Men. No, they're less than X-Men. Yeah. They're like the stupid ass characters from Heroes. Yeah, they're on that level. I hate the Inhumans. One of the lower points of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for us.
I know everybody gonna be like, but Skies are awesome in Human. No, she's not.
She's boring. I don't like it. I mean,
Chloe. We like Chloe Bennett.
Chloe Bennett is fine, but
we don't like no Sky.
So
ain't no sky for me.
can't wait for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur to come out. It looks really interesting. Funny thing is, I've heard a few things here and there, but I haven't really heard a lot of hate, and that's cool. So, from what's the name of this production company on YouTube?
Okay, well, the name of the production company is Garage Hero.
And I know Garage Hero does something with like the YouTube, like Japan.
Yeah, they do something with YouTube Japan.
Isn't that kind of like a toy?
I don't know.
Because that opening thing is like the toy thing.
And then they switch it up. It might be a toy subsidiary.
Yeah, or something, yeah. Or some kind of project, yeah. Some kind of project with YouTube, yeah. So, Zakashi Zamurai.
I think it's Ayakashi. Yeah, Ayakashi Samurai.
Ayakashi. See, I screwed that up bad. Ayakashi Samurai.
You talking to somebody that be messing up people's names.
Man, it's... wow. I can't even fully describe it. It's just... I will say, if you like what is it, Machine Girl?
Yeah, like
if you like that type of stuff, but it's
grindhouse.
That grindhouse style, but it isn't like bloody though.
Yeah, it isn't bloody.
As a matter of fact, when people get stabbed, there's no blood. Yeah. Like, dude bothered to wipe his blade off, and I'm like, But if you like that kind of that lo-fi type indie, that indie stuff.
With a little bit of that ratchetness in there.
Yeah.
You're going to get it. You're going to get it with this.
It's basically Japanese, creators doing this, micro budget indie stuff. It's got this, what's the setup of this damn thing? Because I watched it because, you discovered it and you told me to watch it. And I'm just kind of sitting here like, I like it. But I haven't seen enough episodes to form a...
Yeah, I think the surprising thing is they haven't really released a synopsis for the series. Mm-hmm. Like on their Facebook, they were just like, "Hey, check out our new series." From what I could tell, is you have this bounty hunter,
like a lone wolf type dude, but he has a goofy sidekick.
Yeah, who's like I think a cat demon or something. Mm-hmm. And they going after, like, from what I could tell from the first 2 episodes. They're hunting demons down. Okay,
gotcha.
But the thing is with this samurai with this bounty hunter, he has essentially a steampunk arm.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's indie budget, but you just gotta love them for just being tongue in cheek and over the top.
Yeah.
And man, on that damn thing, they have never met a pun they didn't like because they with the fans and stuff like. Oh.
I was like, man, it was like.
It's some of them are groaners, but you got to be in on it. You're in on the joke.
Yeah,
it's corny. It's like,
if you like the corniness, if you love reaching for that low hanging fruit.
Because they do go for low hanging fruit.
You're gonna enjoy the punniness of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool. If you like that low budget indie stuff, I'd say definitely check it out.
Yeah, and also if you're a fan of stuff like Inuyasha, Rurouni Kenshin, and Samurai Champloo, this will be right up your alley.
Yep. It's kind of a shame they don't have a budget to throw at it. But if there was a versus battle, I'd like to see him take on Afro Samurai.
Man. That's like the badassery singularity right there.
Yeah, him versus Afro Samurai. That's like...
Ain't no criminal or demon gonna
make it out of that, yeah.
They getting fucked.
Well, because it's funny because I can see him and Afro, like... almost doing the crossover thing in reverse. I can see them be on the same page, taking out the bad guys, and then they just have to battle each other at the end, just to see who's toughest. But yeah, check it out. What, Ayakashi Samurai?
Yeah, Ayakashi Samurai. We'll have the link. We'll have the link up with the podcast
in the description below. So check it out. Now moving on to something. Also definitely in the Toku spectrum realm, whatever you want to call it. So we all know in 2017, you 90s kids get blessed with a reboot movie.
Yep.
Although it's been so long, I don't think you could really call it a reboot. I think, because the original Power Rangers movie in 95 is just a sad footnote in time.
Yeah, really sad footnote.
So the Power Rangers movie, so they put the list out, or they put the character descriptions out, and it's cool because the character descriptions told you what team, because people were like, okay,
nervous.
yeah, people were like, okay, it's called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers supposedly. Who's gonna be in it? You know, is it gonna be
a new cast of characters?
A new cast, or it's funny. I knew. Oh, you talking about as far as characters? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there was some people like bring back the originals like as the Rangers. I'm like, no, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I love them to death. They're all awesome in the cons and stuff. But it's almost like the A-Team. Well, that's probably a bad example because people hate the A-Team, the remake. I kind of liked it though. But you know, they cameos. You know, if you can do cameos, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because they can't do it. They can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, cameos would be good. Hell, heck, I hope the movie. I hope them that. I hope they. I'd like to see Bryan Cranston. You know, aka Walter White. I like him to voice a monster, whether credited or uncredited.
That would be fun. That'd be fun for you. For all you all not in the know, Mr. Walter White, Bryan Cranston, before he blew up, you know, this is before even Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah, he did voices on Power Rangers.
And in fact, the character of Billy, supposedly his last name is a tribute to him.
Yeah, Billy Cranston. So yeah.
But
I bet you didn't know that. See, we on like geek shit.
See,
for
look
real.
at that. See, look at you. But,
so yeah.
But with this reboot, they decided to put out the character descriptions.
So we find out. Oh yeah, I think we just kind of went and beat around the bush on that one. It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first series.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's cool, and they put out some character descriptions. So let's briefly go run through them. So we have let's go Jason.
Well, with Jason, he's a star quarter. From what the description was saying, he's a star quarterback who had a promising future till he gets into an accident, which makes him humble. And
I think he caused it. It was him being being reckless. I think.
So they found a way to make him the Jason we all know and love. From the description. Yeah,
he's kind of like he's like Jason as we know Jason, but they've given him a bit more. Well, that's what I think they tried to do in general overall is give all these characters a bit more weight because they are like paper thin, like you know, because it was a kid show. Now Kimberly.
Kimberly is a strange one because
she's not a Valley girl. I did not read that.
Yeah, she's not a Valley girl. She back in she starts off as the popular girl, but after a few months of absence, she comes back as like this rebel with a cause, I'm just like.
When I read it, I was kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer without the vampires, because she was she was the ditzy cheerleader type, and she left for 6 months. It was a dark,
Son, I didn't think me being a Buffyverse fan, how the fuck I didn't see that? Which is that's kind of an epic. That's kind of an epic act of illusion because for all you Buffy Vampire Slayer fans, the stunt double for Sarah Michelle Gellar was also the stunt double for Amy Jo Johnson. I think she or a suit actress or something like that.
Wow, didn't know that. So
that's a badass. Okay, because at first I was like, what the fuck are they doing with Kimberly? But
because Kimberly she starts off as essentially the TV character. Popular. I don't know about the Valley Girl thing, but she is popular to like a huge degree. And then she disappears or whatever. She's gone from school. Now they didn't say disappeared. She's gone from school for 6 months. And nobody knows why, and it's kind of a mystery. And she comes back kind of still kind of cool, but a misfit in a way.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit darker and a little bit of a bad girl too, a little bit of a bad girl. So that one's interesting. Then I think the least developed is Trini, because
Trini is more. It seems like she's more aligned with what her character
has been anyway. The same, and I hope they do more with her.
She's probably gonna be like maybe the heart of the group in a way.
Yeah, she's gonna be the heart of the group.
I bet
probably.
She's gonna still be like Jason's like female second in command.
Which would be kind of cool. And then we have Billy, pretty much the same.
Yeah,
but he's got a new kind of quirk.
Yeah, he's got OCD. They made him like the stereotypical high school nerd.
Yeah, and he has anxiety. I think.
Yeah, he got like those weird issues. I was kind of let down with Billy's character.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it would have been cool to make Billy gay.
But that would have been a huge issue, like politics wise.
Yeah, but
like
I think
LGBT.
But it's like kids in this generation don't really care about it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing for me. I kind of thought about that, but I was like, yeah. I mean, hey, me, I wouldn't care, and I would think it was a cool nod. I think the big thing is before I do it, I would ask David Yost if he's cool with it, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and just see. I mean, I know he doesn't speak for Gay America or whatever, but you know, if he doesn't think it's kind of contrived, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if he's cool with it, I'd be like, okay, I think.
So it's not like a gimmick just to get. I see.
Yeah, just like a gimmick. But you know, overall, people, you know, it would just piss so many people off. But then again, it's like, hey, to these creatives and these, you know, be brave.
Yeah, and the funny thing is for me, I think it would have gave them a good look because it's like, man, that could have been something that, let's be real, the franchise could have had over like Marvel and DC. Like, hey, look fuckers,
our first gay
character. We got our first gay hero on screen.
Superhero, yeah.
Yeah, but
and then. I'm trying to go to. Okay, so yeah, we went through everybody else.
Zach.
Okay,
Zach's the last
Zach is the most interesting one because
it
sounds.
Yeah, like
it sounds right. Well, I'm not gonna say right or wrong. I'm saying it sounds familiar up to a point.
Until a point.
Yeah,
and it's like you find out that he's living in a trailer park with his single mom, and I'm like, really? So really, we going with that troporific bullshit? We're going with that troporific shit, and maybe something with unfortunate implications. I'm like, why does Zach have to be a poor black kid, and why the fuck is he gonna be living in a trailer?
Like, it's almost like they said trailer parks to avoid the hood.
But it's like the
damn.
sad part. Well, that's the thought out part is a messed up. I see why they didn't want to do the hood thing because it's like.
But trailer park is just awkward and it's still bad because it's a single mother. It's like.
And I don't know, just with the way Zach is, especially from the original series, he didn't seem like a poor black kid.
No,
he actually seemed like a middle class brother.
He's a middle class kid, man.
I mean, he was happy as hell. That's why he had time. That's why he had time to make that hip hop keto.
The hip hop keto, like ghetto kids ain't making hip hop keto. They just trying to get away from the cops, fucking killing them.
Them motherfuckers live in the suburbs. That's why he's able to hang out with those characters.
Yeah. And yeah, you know, Zach is weird, but I don't know. There's something to it that makes me think. Black and yellow or somebody's getting switched out racially.
Oh, man.
I think Zach might be. I think Zach might be white, and Trini might be changed or something.
See, that might be the tricky. That's gonna be a very tricky thing because I think
it's to avoid that joke. The Black Ranger being black and the Yellow Ranger being Asian.
But it would be a good little lampshade joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine a scene in a trailer.
Because I don't think they need to swap it. Yeah, they just need to make great Zordon. I'm the Black Ranger and I'm the Yellow Ranger.
Unfortunately, we can't switch your powers. We're in tune with you.
So yeah, I don't think so. But that little bit just kind of makes me think that they might try to, switch it up some. So let's see.
I have a feeling if they report that, Power Ranger fans gonna have the asses for that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be
because that
too much.
That's up there with trying to make the turtles into aliens. I know, that's some strange shit right there.
But you see how quick Band Company leaned back on that.
So did. Babe was like,
they can't be aliens, y'all.
But now with the character descriptions, you notice there was a certain character that was not on there.
No Tommy.
But it makes sense because I have a feeling they're saving Tommy for the sequel.
Yeah,
they know Tommy's one of the more popular characters at the franchise.
Yeah,
they know Greenwood Evil is one of the more respected story arcs in the original series.
Yeah, and I seriously think that part 2 will probably, because almost anybody doing like a geeky nerdy franchise they're trying to turn it into a film franchise. So yeah, Greenwood Evil will have some kind of. Tommy's gonna be in the sequel. He's gonna be the focus of the sequel.
And I bet in the first movie they're gonna probably do some foreshadowing with, because they're gonna probably do foreshadowing with how everything got to be, how Zoran becomes the floating head, and how he loses one of the coins.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I even say, I bet an after credit scene is gonna be probably Rita Repulsa and Goldar. They take a look at the Dragon Zord coin.
Find a coin, and there'll probably be a kid maybe on Jason's team.
Mm-hmm.
Just a low key dude. You're gonna know who he is. Oh shit, that's Tommy.
Yep.
Let's not. You know what? It's not realistic, but for old school's sake, yeah, you can let them have a color coded ish wardrobe.
Well,
they actually might look weird.
Well, the funny thing is, the as the Power Rangers franchise progressed, they gotten real better with that. It's like they still have their colors, but they don't make them stand out like the original.
Yeah, because like at first, they would go as far as to give them like red pants. Like Jason would have to wear red pants sometimes. It's like,
but now sometimes they actually have them kind of, they keep the color, but they do it in a very realistic way. It's not as,
and that's probably going to be in the movie too.
Yeah, because that's a big aspect of Power Rangers, color coded for your convenience.
Now I'm just worried overall about Saban's stuff.
Yeah, because Saban,
like, you know, I put it like this, you know, because Saban, you know, he owns Power Rangers like straight up, and he definitely has creative pull on it, you know, and you know the first Power Rangers, it wasn't that, you know, in hindsight and shit, definitely back then, it wasn't that great a movie, but you looked at it and it was the movie because it looked more expensive, and this and that, and then when Turbo or Power Rangers movie came out, it was like, this is a fucking episode.
Yeah.
What? I mean, what happened to the money?
The funny thing is, it had a better budget than the show.
It just looked like,
it felt like an episode.
Felt like an episode of the show, and so I'm hoping Saban doesn't get cheap on this, man. It's like you need to put as much money because
and he needs to put some. And it needs to have some depth too. I mean, I do like that they got some. You know, they got some really good. Well, they got the screenwriters from X-Men: The First Class on that, so it's like, okay, that might be that franchise saving grace, and it's like, I hope, and I'm just hoping Saban don't just try to take over the whole thing, because it's like Power Rangers is one of the franchises that do need to kind of grow up a bit. It doesn't have to be like that YouTube video, the YouTube viral thing, Power/Rangers.
Because we know that it's not going to be like that or anything close.
But it needs to have the same type of mature storytelling that you've seen, you know, in RPM and in Dino Thunder and even in Lost Galaxy and Time Force.
I did like, and what we're referring to is Adi Shankar, I think that's his name. That was that really controversial but much lauded fan film that he did. That was awesome. But he could take pointers from the look. Yeah, and the cinematography, because that was sharp. That was real nice. Yeah. I mean, you can hate all the adult themes. It was a bit jarring for most, but yeah, it looked really good. They need to take pointers from that. It's just, you know, as far as, you know, hey, I have lots of respect for Power Rangers. It's funny because I'm not, you know, I'm more of an 80s kid, and Power Rangers dropped when I was 16. I'm dating myself now, like big time. But I want to see it, you know, I want to see it do well for the 90s kids, and I also want to see it do well because I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm kind of tired of it just being the Marvel and DC show in movies. I want some Image characters now, because I'm going to go crazy for the Invincible movie, you know. But I want to see Image characters out there. I want to see Power Rangers do well, and I want to see more characters.
It'd be a good look for Toku. Cause let's say if this Power Rangers movie do good, who knows? Maybe Will Smith might be like, hey, I'm gonna be Ultraman.
You remember that Jay Leno interview? Ultraman, yeah.
Yeah, might see a Garo movie or a fucking Kamen Rider movie.
Because I want to see more source material than just Marvel and DC. Because I'm not saying the superhero movie is gonna die. I'm just gonna say superhero movie as we know it is going to change. Because we can already see the growing pains right now.
Yep.
Stuff starting to rear its ugly head because you got people asking more questions now. it hasn't even come up. Okay, what's it going to be after Infinity War? What, you know? So, you know, I guess that's a whole different subject for another video. But yeah, I want to see Power Rangers do well and be able to stand on the same ground as the Avengers, and because it's good for fandom,
well,
and it's good for
it's definitely great for fandom. Hell, it's gonna be great for Power Morphicon, because that's gonna be that. That's
gonna be like the crowning.
That's gonna be that drop the mic moment right there.
Power Rangers the movie, like Power Morphicon, might hit like, you know, San Diego Comic-Con status, because you know, Saban's got to show love to Power Morphicon.
Oh yeah, because that shit saved the franchise.
So like, and to totally embrace Power Morphicon and to up its status, I wouldn't. Well, depending on when it's coming out, I don't know the exact month. I know the year, but I would debut the trailer at Power Morphicon. That you know, Power Morphicon has already gotten a huge fan base, but that would just like
that would take it to the mainstream.
Yeah, it's like that would put it on the map. That would put it on Google Map. Like, that was like that would do more than just put it on the map. So yeah, the character descriptions. Hey, it's good to know it's the original MMPR. Character descriptions, intriguing, some weirdness, but hey, I'm not at Fantastic Four level.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Movie Bob said it best when he said Fanforstic.
Yeah.
I refuse to call it Fantastic Four. I'm calling that version Fanforstic. And that's not even a topic on this thing, but
yeah, he goes in.
That's not even a topic, but yeah, right now Fantastic Four is dying. Fanforstic is dying. We don't even have to say shit about it. There's so many great reviews, and Movie Bob does it best. And all you Movie Bob haters, whatever, he's killing it. Whatever.
Respect the savagery.
Respect the savagery. Yes.
Hashtag respect the savagery,
because he is a savage. So yeah, MMPR. Hey, I'm still down with it. Now this next topic, I might have to take a back seat because this is more DM Promos thing.
Yep.
So you shall have the floor.
All right, Frank.
And I'm gonna probably go and we turn my tab on. I'm gonna go to Pornhub.
What the fuck?
Why you?
Wow, that's dope.
And type in Jillian Jansen Black. Okay, cool. Let me turn the volume down.
Wow. I'm just saying like Ric Flair. Wow. Bruh.
Bruh.
Oh man. I gotta try to
that just threw him off.
Damn.
Oh shit, Virgo Paradox.
Cause I bet some of y'all knowing y'all not gonna try to. I know y'all Googling that shit.
They're gonna be thanking us in the comments. I just discovered Virgo Paradox.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's good, but just don't shake my hand when we see it in public, because I know what you've been doing with it. All right, let's get this back on the rails.
So Fleek, all right, Fleek Nation. So y'all know, you know your boy DM Promo. You know your boy DM Promos. You know that I love Tokusatsu, but there's also something that I'm quite the connoisseur of, and it's the neo burlesque scene. I know it's probably.
I was gonna cut you over and say titties, but that's cool.
But yeah, it was crack.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I will say it's not my thing. I'm not gonna say it's not my thing. I just really haven't. I'm in so much geeky shit and so much other stuff that I haven't gotten to that yet. But from what I've seen, I'm loving the neo burlesque thing.
Oh, yeah.
Embracing the old and new, and that's really cool how it's done. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like what was crazy is GDX was the one that should I even say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, GDX was the one that kind of got me into it.
Yeah.
He got me into the neo burlesque scene with Michelle Lamore's epic performance on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, you know the one that Brandy was hating on. I mean, I can kind of see her point, because, you know, but hey, nobody said you couldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
And she had talent. So yeah, you probably seen her. Yeah, she's really famous for the Knight Rider thing.
Yeah, she got the name, the moniker, the ass that goes pow.
Yeah. And so
but she's a real awesome performer, and heck, maybe if if we got time, I'll probably shout out a few names. It ain't a big ass list, but names I think you should check. But
now people are probably I'm gonna have to also set this up a little bit too. People are wondering, okay, you were talking about burlesque, and there's nudity somewhat in burlesque, it's sexual. What the hell does this have to do with geeky?
Well,
nerdy stuff.
But here's the crazy thing. Burlesque somehow managed to kind of blend itself in with geek and nerdy culture, because now there's even a subgenre of burlesque called nerdlesque. And there's some performers that do nerdlesque, like Stella Chu and her friend Danger Doll. They do nerdlesque. And this one company that I'm about to talk about, they do nerdlesque also. They're called the Geekenders, and they're a burlesque troupe in Vancouver, British Columbia, and they kind of gained some notoriety for doing this burlesque parody of Star Wars called a Nude Hope.
That's just genius.
Yeah, and it's a funny watch. It was crazy. I seen it on I seen an article about it on Aisle 9, and I've actually seen some of their performances, just individual performances. But I was happy to see that they decided to put the whole performance online. They got part 1 and 2 up. So
now, I haven't watched them, but I did see some of the pictures from it, and those costumes was so inspired.
Yeah,
it was funny. One thing I'm gonna definitely big up Neo Burlesque on, and I don't know if it's been big up before. Yeah, it probably has, but I definitely gonna do it. I love the variety of body types, because I saw big curvy girls, I saw thinner girls, I saw really fit, and that was cool. Definitely loving that, because got to give it up to the curvy girls and all the other guys. So it's based on Star Wars, and it is cool. I think for all the older Star Wars fans, I think, and if you enjoy Star Wars parodies, check that out, because it's cool.
It's hilarious. I mean, they got a lecherous Obi-Wan Kenobi. You got a voluptuous Darth Vader who's played by Lottie Libido, and that girl, goddamn. And then you got
we try to keep it classy.
And then you got a kinkier version of R2-D2 C-3PO,
what?
which is because they kind of make little jokes that they be messing around with each other.
Oh, okay.
And then but luckily the R2-D2 in this one is played by burlesque performer, female burlesque performer.
Okay.
And then you got a playmate Han Solo who comes out to Maroon 5's moves like Jagger. So I mean this shit was hilarious. You just gotta grab you a few beers and watch this. But another thing about a Nude Hope, it's been described by artistic director Fairleigh Harvey as gateway burlesque, and it's an appropriate term because it shows the many aspects of the neo burlesque scene, such as cabaret, comedy, theater, and obviously the strip tease.
Yeah.
So if you don't know jack shit about neo burlesque, this could be like a primer for you.
Especially if you're a nerdy Star Wars fan. And
the one thing I forgot to mention earlier is what's crazy is the neo burlesque scene. That in Star Wars are strange bedfellows, because Courtney Trouble and her troupe Devil's Playground, they host Star Girls, and the Suicide Girls Black Heart Burlesque show, they have Star Wars themed numbers. So it
is cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna put it out there. I will do all kinds of promotions for any burlesque any burlesque troupe that does something on the 80s with G.I. Joe. I don't know how you can do Transformers. I guess you can put some body paint in there or something. Y'all can figure it out.
Y'all can do a Super Sentai Kamen Rider Burlesque.
And then we also need a Firefly. Thank
Woo!
you. Thank you.
Yo, hey, Geekenders. Y'all heard that? Make that shit happen right there.
Because if I come see that show, I'm definitely aiming to misbehave. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Y'all know it's just a catchphrase. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
You got because I don't want to get the wrong idea. You got to be classy at these places. There's no tip drills at these places.
There's no
be classy.
This ain't no BT uncut type thing going on here. Okay, folks.
Did you know that that's actually coming back?
Oh well, now it It's not coming.
Oh, damn.
Do you want me to spoil you on it?
What's the deal?
It was a fucking setup for a new a new series of Punk with hosted by King Batch and Daystorm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of people that was hoping for some BT Uncut was mad as a motherfucker. I'm like, really? You thirsty, mother?
Well, it's like BT Uncut don't even have to exist thanks to like World Star and shit like that. So yeah.
But
so yeah, we gotta let's respectfully let's close that one out.
Let's close that one out. But let's bring it back to the burlesque thing. Hey, but like we said in the first episode, sometimes we do these little digressions. But if you want to get yourself really acquainted with the neo burlesque scene, like I said, fuck with a Nude Hope. They got both they got both parts of the show online on YouTube. We will have the links on the description below, but you can also check out the performances of Michelle Lamore, who I talked about earlier, Dirty Martini, Peekaboo Point, Nina Lavoie, Xander Olave, Roxy Delight, Media Noche, Lola Frost, Tanya K, Ginger Valentine, and Tristan Risk.
Good God.
Those are some names you can check.
That's his personal playlist, man. That's like, you heard a stunt for Trump, he a stunt for Rump. So check it out, the Nude Hope. All right, we're going to switch it up. People are like, damn, man, this like they giving us everything.
Yeah, hell yeah, we give y'all everything.
Everything. Not just video games and the usual stuff.
Yeah, we don't just always fuck with the mainstream stuff. We like to fuck with we like to fuck with the obscure stuff too.
So, let's talk a little bit about DC. And you know what? Okay, so some weird news.
Okay.
I'm
gonna let you start this off.
This is the problem, I would say, when you get popular and you get hot and you start feeling yourself and you start trying to deviate from what brought you to the dance, or you start trying to get these new weird
concepts.
Okay. So, what's kind of funny because I was gonna an episode ago. It's funny because my friend and I, we actually, with a wrestler, we were developing a series that was kind of like this, but it's just kind of weird for DC to be doing it, DCWB. And it's supposedly a show, comedy.
Yeah, it's going to be a sitcom.
A sitcom called Powerless, and it's The Office in the DC universe.
DC universe. And when I saw that, I'm like, what the fuck, DC?
We feeling ourselves now at this point.
Yeah, y'all feeling yourselves way too damn much.
Now we can just make the original shit with weird setups. Like,
now here's the thing too. This thing is also gonna have the Batman Superman embargo put on it.
That's stupid.
That's the dumbest fucking seriously.
Like you can't drop a Superman reference, you can't drop a Batman reference.
I'm like S.M.A.H. DC, but
But I would almost be cool with it if it wasn't a sitcom, because I'm sorry, superheroes are probably one of the easiest genres to make fun of.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's really hard to lovingly send up superheroes. Usually when you parody them, you got to point at the stupid shit. But the problem with it is, all that stuff has been done already, parodying super. If they did a action drama,
ooh,
that might be like something I'd be really interested in.
Oh, well, you know what DC might need to do before they even decide to make this show, they might need to try to do like a one-shot comic book.
Possibly.
As a pitch. Maybe a limited series to see how people respond to this.
Well, the comic book though, that would be extremely limited. You have to do
but
I don't even want to say a web series. I just say maybe just do it. Do a pilot, and that's really it. Do a pilot.
A web series might be a smart thing because a web series is technically an unofficial pitch anyway.
Yeah.
And just see how audiences respond to it. If they don't like it, cool, can the show because my fear about this, and I think your fear is the same thing. This might herald too much superhero saturation.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, if for DC. y'all been kicking ass and taking names on television.
TV, yeah.
And y'all sure as fuck don't need something to really bring y'all down a notch. Y'all, you know, y'all been killing Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, heck, these past few episodes, we've been clowning Marvel TV series,
yeah,
except
like
Daredevil.
mercilessly,
you know
yeah, except the Netflix stuff.
But yeah,
like, don't do this. Don't do this.
And make sure y'all have a test audience. Don't be just sitting there like, well, we gonna do this. We just, cause we feeling ourselves. You know, hey, we DC.
Everybody loves us. Yeah, everybody will stop loving it if you start to saturate it with like stupid shit.
Stuff.
And this, I mean, on the surface, it sounds like stupid shit. I don't mind there being humor in superheroes. It's funny. The most humor I like in superheroes is Marvel is about it, like the Marvel movies.
Well, they found a cool way of doing it too. And you kind of gotta thank Josh Whedon on that one.
And it works. And I don't know. We got to find out more about Powerless, but it's not sounding smart right now. Do a web series, get people interested. Now, I have the next topic, but I have to put this other topic in. It's gonna go right into the other one. It was revealed. Beware. I don't want to say beware. I want to say, because I support the dude, behold the power of Stephen Amell. Now, I'm going to get to something big regarding him after this one. But Stephen Amell, when they were talking about Constantine was on the bubble, about to go, Stephen Amell put it out there, I would say first, that he wanted Matt Ryan
to be Constantine in there.
To be Constantine.
Yep.
It's funny, the only way I remember Constantine, the actor's real name, is for my friend and his wife. He has their names. But and lo and behold, it was revealed that Constantine, played by Matt Ryan from the failed show, is going to be reprising
his role.
His role as Constantine in the Arrow, and that is cool.
Yes. Well, what's crazy is and DC's really beating Marvel to the magic punch, because that's they showed you the Lazarus Pit, and now with Constantine, they're gonna
putting that magic in there.
Like, Marvel. And y'all
get ready.
Y'all motherfuckers have a problem with Iron Fist. DC got y'all on that magic tip.
And DC hasn't even had a raccoon in a tree yet.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you so scared, Marvel? You had a raccoon in a tree. Come on.
It's like, why the fuck y'all scared? Now y'all need to be scared. They decided to bring Captain Carrot up. I'm like, ooh-wee.
And it works.
It works. I'm like, damn, Rocket Raccoon is fucked.
So that's just a little tidbit I thought about throwing in on Arrow. That's gonna be really cool to see. Hopefully Constantine can get something out of this. I mean,
well, maybe they'll make him a Legend of Tomorrow.
Or something like that. Because unfortunately, it would be a little too soon after his series. After it failing, to try to bring it back, and it's probably legal crap anyways.
Yeah, but making him a recurring character would be cool, and like I said, make him a Legend of Tomorrow shit. Make him part of the group. And so that's definitely gonna be something to look forward to, because I always said with Constantine, he wasn't the problem. Matt Ryan was perfect. Everything around him was crap. So we talked about this when it jumped off early. In the jump off.
So,
man,
later this month, oh buddy, WWE SummerSlam, they pulled the trigger on it, man, and the fans couldn't be more excited.
That was crazy. They pulled the trigger out of Twitter fingers. That's the crazy part right there.
It's not a singles match, but if you understand wrestling, you can see why they probably didn't want to do a singles match. It is King Barrett, and I'm more on this team choice. I actually found out the reason behind it. King Barrett and Stardust right now, aka Cody Rhodes, who's been killing it as this character. Some people thought it was going to be a Goldust ripoff. Cody Rhodes has been killing it as Stardust. He has made Stardust into his own entity.
Yep.
Versus Neville, someone who's hot from NXT.
I mean,
the man who Gravity forgot. And I think somebody's trying to call him Red Arrow.
Yeah, that's becoming his
name. They gotta slowly roll on that one, because that's DC.
Yeah, DC.
But he's teamed up. It's a match. It's been signed with Stephen Amell.
Yes.
And
yes.
like, what better way? I've been a wrestling fan since day one. I've seen all the celebrity matches. You know, some have been great. Some have sucked ass. Like Hulk Hogan and Jay Leno, they had that match. That was horrible. This, I'm saying, might quite possibly be the greatest celebrity match. Like, hands down.
Yes.
Because first off, he's a bona fide celebrity. Yes. And it's not like, you know, some people tried to push, like, when The Rock came back, because that was a celebrity match. Nah.
No.
He was good in wrestling before he was an actor. No. This is an actor who is popular. So this isn't like some play at, like, clutching for relevance. No. He's hot right now. And how they jumped it off was great. You know, it all started a couple months back. Him and Stardust had a little stare down, and it was a little beef going on, and they you know, exchanged words, and it was cool. And they had the little Twitter beef going on. Well, they had the little
beef going on Twitter.
On social media, yeah, mostly through Twitter. It was good, and then it came to a head, and people were like, is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? Okay, let's see. And yeah, on Raw, so Stardust once again comes down and sees Stephen Amell in the front row, who's a guest. Talks that shit to him, but he takes it further this time. He big-faced him and pushed him.
Ooh.
And Stephen Amell just like, okay,
motherfucker.
Okay, motherfucker, I got you. Shout out to Dashy. With the Donkey Kong. Stephen Amell just gracefully. That's the best way I can put it. He leaps over the crowd barrier.
Yes.
Leaps off of the ground up to the apron.
And then he leaps over the ropes.
And then he hops over the top rope and sticks Stardust with a spear.
And then just start waylaying on him.
Put the bows on.
I mean, that arrow training paid off.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Let's just put it like this. Stephen Amell showed motherfuckers that he was about that life.
He was about that life. He was like,
the crowd fucking popped. It was like a Daniel Bryan size pop.
And it was funny on commentary because it was a dope moment. It was like turned up like crazy. It was funny because, you know, WWE, they gotta always maintain this thing. Don't do this, like, because it was like, because the announcer was like, this isn't good because he's a guest. Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah,
this isn't a good thing because in real life there have been people that jumped a barrier and you don't fucking do that. Like,
you get arrested for that shit.
Nowadays, security come and get you, but back in the old days, the wrestlers would beat the fuck out of you, and they let them get their licks in too, and they could do it because most of the wrestlers back then could actually fight. But Stephen Amell looked good. That got you hyped, and fandom has like embraced it. Like, there's fan art like you wouldn't believe.
Yes, and the fan art is
it looks
dope.
Good, and Stephen Amell on his Facebook he's putting it out. Like,
what's crazy is it's gotten viral on WWE, man. Like, it's 1 million views and counting.
Yeah,
and
it's huge.
That's
it was huge, and I mean, it was. Oh yeah, and then when the match got signed, you know, he was backstage all turned up, and
Triple H had to try to hate.
Yeah, like, because he said, because
Triple H didn't want to deal with the legal mess up. He didn't want to deal with.
And that was interesting for Triple H. Like, his character, like, he was like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm tired of talking about it. And Stephen Amell was like, hey, because Stephen Amell said something about us, meaning him and Neville, and Triple H pulls that. Wait, first off, you're not one of us. You will never be one of us.
And I think that's what got Mel turned up. Like, motherfucker, I just got big face because he told him, he was like, I'm a man.
Yeah, he's like, I might be an actor, but I'm a man. If somebody puts their hands on me, I'm a
hero. I'm like, hell yeah. I was clapping for that shit.
And so, man.
Yes.
And wrestlers on Twitter and wrestling fans on Twitter, they called it out. When some of your best recent promos have been from Jon Stewart and Stephen Amell, y'all gotta come on. Y'all gotta put in some. I love much respect to the pro wrestlers, but come on, y'all gotta Come on, the actors are coming in from the outside, bodying y'all with great promos.
That speaks volumes, y'all.
It was like, come on,
seriously, dude.
Come on.
I mean, what's gonna happen then? If we gonna have Stephen Amell versus Seth Rollins?
Wow, now that would have been nice. I don't think he'd commit to holding the championship though, but
I wouldn't mind. Shit. But
everybody wants him to come out with the Arrow outfit, and I'm just like, y'all chill on that. I'm sure he'll come with something that's inspired.
Who knows? Maybe DC and WB might be smart to do that. I mean,
it's got to be comfortable to work in.
Yeah, they got to see if it's comfortable to work in first. But even if he couldn't wear the whole outfit, maybe have him kind of come out in the intro.
I think he'll be in a green outfit.
It's a good way to generate excitement for the next season.
Mm-hmm. It'll be a good look, and I really hope that I really hope WB allows some kind of Arrow reference.
And let's because you want him to do wrestling moves, Arrow themed wrestling moves.
There's 2 wrestling moves that he has to do. There's a submission called the bow and arrow lock. That's dope. Might be a little on the nose, but who cares? Wrestling has no chill. So it's cool. And then this one might be a little dangerous, but the Falcon Arrow.
Yeah.
That's a dope move.
You're going to need a lot of training to just tell him, like, don't get too intense. Because you already kind of busted up your job doing this shit.
So, yeah, when he was having a tense workout. He hit himself with they said he was injured, like, a couple days after that. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I'm like, thinking of man, don't fuck that moment up.
Yeah, don't mess it up, man. Don't make him. Now, you have anything to add to that?
Well, you probably gonna look at me with the S.M.A.H. expression on your face.
Oh, here we go. I already know where it's going.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This AMELL versus Stardust was the pro wrestling equivalent to Drake versus Meek Mill. I'm putting the fuck out there. Okay, what happened on Raw was Stephen Amell's charged up moment.
See, that wasn't where I thought you were going with that, but so yeah, that definitely was an S.M.A.H.
But okay, just hear it out real quick. Okay, Stardust, like Meek Mill, was instigating shit. He was the first one. He was the one to make the first shot, and he challenged the mayor. You know what I'm saying? AMELL was like, hey, okay, motherfucker, this is my charged up moment. But I'm thinking SummerSlam, he gonna have WWE going back to back.
And you know what's even more sad is that Stardust and Stephen Amell's beef is more real and more intense than Drake and Mill.
Oh, what? Damn! Oh, that's cold.
Shots fired.
God damn. I bet some of the listeners gonna be like,
oh man, why you gonna do that shit?
Why you gotta do that to Dreezy, man? Why you gotta do that to me? Hey, me got Nicki Minaj, man.
Head. Oh yeah. Meek has Nicki Minaj. Well, Arrow had Felicity.
I'm sorry, Felicity over Nicki Minaj.
Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Don't do that.
But another thing I want to point out, I mean, I know that's a crazy reference, but I think y'all can see the point there. But but I do hope that we see the rest of Team Arrow and get in on this.
Let them come in and do something. Maybe not do something, but
Diggle come out.
Diggle. Now, if like he's about to get jumped, that'd be funny.
Let David Ramsey come down the ring and just let that crowd get turned up, because people love some Diggle.
That's the only thing about stuff like this going viral. Man, they really got to show and prove. I have no doubt that Stephen Amell is gonna. Well, yeah, he's gonna do something. Yeah, he's a wrestling fan.
And the fact that he's dedicating this much intensity and training, yeah.
And it doesn't seem like corporate forces are putting him on this and forcing him to do this. No,
yeah,
this is kind of happened organically. Which
yeah,
is
this
cool.
is a guy who wants to live that dream.
Now it's funny with some people are like, well, why the hell Barrett in this? Didn't make sense, and I found out just reading through some wrestling sources. Some people might call them the dirt sheets. I don't know. No, just find out for some wrestling sources. You know who was actually going to be in there initially?
Who?
It wasn't going to be King Barrett. It was actually going to be Miz. The Miz.
The celebrity
makes more sense. Yeah. Something with he didn't complete his recent program. He didn't complete his recent program with Ryback and the Big Show. And so they were just like, no, we're not going to use him. I'm like, well, if it ended to injury and it wasn't of his fault, then
Yeah.
he needs to jump to the next. Yeah, because Miz might have made more sense. Yeah, because I don't really like King Barrett.
Yeah, King Barrett.
And that's the only thing. And honestly, overall, because I really haven't seen a lot of Neville, so I don't want to bury him or nothing. But
and Neville's awesome.
You know, you kind of want it to be a one-on-one because they really didn't have a chance to build, you know, everybody's beef with each other. But from WWE standpoint, you don't want to put, you know, he's athletic, he loves WWE, but he's not a wrestler, and he can't put on, you know, well, physically he might be able to, but wrestling is a different animal, you know what I'm saying? So he might not be able to, you know, you don't want to give him a big ass spot on the pay-per-view and all that pressure. That's it's a one-on-one match, and you know.
Just kind of good to have somebody carry you.
Exactly. So you can have those other guys in there to carry him and let them do the more dangerous stuff, and yeah, I think it'll work well. So Green Arrow versus Stardust is at the end of this month on SummerSlam. Can't wait to check it out. That's the biggest thing I'm interested in on the card. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say it's more impressive than Taker and Brock.
Oh, yeah. Damn, man. That's savagery.
It's like,
y'all messed up the Taker up. I'm sorry. You messed it up, and you gave it to Brock. And Brock had already lost to Triple H and John Cena. And, at any rate. So, we're going to end this one on a, not even a different note. This is a good note, man, because this is... Note. Oh, I love good sci-fi, man. I love some good sci-fi. And some of the best sci-fi, hands down. A lot of people like spaceships and explosion and aliens and all that. No, some of the best sci-fi
could be speculative fiction.
Yeah, speculative fiction. One of my favorites, because in speculative fiction, a lot of times it's in the not too distant future. A lot of times
it's like in a parallel present.
And a lot of times, or slightly alternate present. A lot of times, it's not too far out there where you can actually see it happening.
Yeah,
it's a possibility. So I love that kind of science fiction, and I love science fiction that leaves you with moral questions. Like, would you do that? You know, Humans on AMC. It's a joint production between AMC and what British station?
I think it's Channel 4.
Channel 4, yeah, because it airs on Channel 4 first, and then AMC gets it, and this hands down, like, okay, so the US and the BBC produced Torchwood. Yeah, that wasn't a great mashup between, even before that, the Doctor Who that appeared on
Fox.
Yeah, y'all loving it because they brought McGann back for they did all that. Yeah. But the Fox movie itself sucked because I showed DM promos. It was terrible. It was bad. So, British and British and American co-productions are mixed bag. Yeah. But this one works so well. Yeah. They even got John Hurt in for the ride.
I know. You said John Hurt, William Hurt.
William Hurt for the ride. John Hurt is Doctor Who, right?
I can imagine them. Excuse me. You're confusing the wrong actor. I am the war doctor. I'm like, dang, that shit happened. Be like, yo, how the fuck you from the house? Yo, come on, sit down. Have a Lone Star with us.
So we have humans, and humans, it's a pretty simple setup, but so damn complex when it comes to the morality of it. So, humans sees an Earth in which androids called synths, fully automated, pretty much really fancy robots that look just like people. They become the consumer. Yeah, they become the consumer thing, like hands down, like. And they become mostly maids and mostly slaves, and they're highly exploited.
Yeah, like typical stuff that you usually see with with androids.
Yeah, and the androids.
But they handle it
so well because
as one reviewer said, they handle it much like Black Mirror handles stuff.
And it has that Black Mirror feel to it. What I do like about almost said Almost Human. I like that show. Fox fucked it up, but fucked it over. But what I love about Humans is, yeah, I like that it's a little dark, but it's not like dreary and hopeless, and you know. But I really don't have that many complaints about it.
Yeah, it's a.
I mean, every episode it knocked it from the pace.
Yep.
From the acting
to some of the little twists and turns.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those shows. It's kind of a semi-slow burn, but it's one of those slow burns that get you hooked.
Mm-hmm.
You watch that first episode, you just like, okay, what happened in the next one? What's going on in the next one?
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine when this gets on Netflix, that's gonna be one of the most binge watch shows.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just it's great sci-fi because, you know, at first it's funny because, you know, they have the character, you know, they have the character of Mia. You know, she's this Asian, you know, this Asian looking robot, and she's fine as hell. Yeah, but you feel so dirty. I'll go on to spoil this one, so there's little spoilers. When I don't want to say who, but you feel
so dirty when one of the characters.
Well, two of the characters. It kind of okay. So, well, some of the main characters, there's this family.
And they're obviously dysfunctional.
They're obviously dysfunctional.
You got
and it's crazy because you think something's up with the mom, and it's like, wow, you should have told your husband that. That's like, what's wrong?
Yeah, we don't know. Like, what's wrong with you, Mom?
Yeah, it was like, and Mia's like, she's one of these synths, one of these robots, but there's strange happenings going on with Mia, and she's not homicidal or nothing.
No, it's just that.
But there is a weirdness going on, and the twist is awesome. But I thought it spoke volumes that the male characters in the family, like, were the ones who
kind of lecherous.
Did because you felt bad when you felt bad for when the teenage boy, the son, just felt a boob. But it was funny that alarm. She kind of had alarms that said inappropriate touching of the unit. But it was cool that when he was like scared shit. I was like, oh no, you can't tell. She was like, I'll allow, you know, this to happen, but you know, and that was cool. But I had to have felt, it's funny because I was like, yeah, man, I got Mia, you know, yeah. But when you saw the dad like screw Mia,
and then especially with the this is gonna have spoilers, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Especially
when you find out that Mia, we call her by her real name. We actually kind of she's
Anita. We call her Anita. Yeah. Well, we just spoiled that too. Sorry.
So we just gonna go ahead and say it. We should have said in the beginning, spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do this without spoiling it, but like, if you like something, it's hard to like not spoil, I guess, and keep it really ambiguous, like, well, yeah, this is,
but once you find out that Anita has a consciousness that's just kind of being hidden, you know, due to her programming.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing, what the dad do using the adult programming, it takes it on a very dark level.
Yeah.
And it's a very sad and pathetic level too.
Yeah, and
it's awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward and it's sad, and I love that emotional weight, and just it's funny because it's informed by a lot of different. You can see a lot of different stuff. You can see the Black Mirror. You can see the Black Mirror. You can see some Blade Runner.
Yeah.
A light Blade Runner, but light, you know.
I think a little bit of iRobot, right?
A little bit of iRobot, definitely.
They even refer to Asimov's three rules.
Yep. Yeah. You can see some iRobot. Excuse me. You see some a little bit of Almost Human. You know, I think some Almost Human kind of made it in there, or maybe that's just wishful thinking. But it takes a lot from popular robots, you know, popular robot fiction, you know, android fiction, you know, and it works well. It really works well. It's mature, and I think that's why. Because I remember when on Facebook I mentioned it, and I didn't really compare it. Well, I think I did kind of compare it to Almost Human. Maybe I put it in the same ballpark, and then one of my friends pointed out, nah, they're in a different ballpark, man. I was like, Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Almost Human is more like
actioner. And, yeah, and
well, it's made to be more like a RoboCop and a Blade Runner. It's made to be like the 80s stuff.
And Humans is like it's just really good.
It's gonna grasp you, man. Like,
I hope our little spoiler didn't, reveal too much. Trust me, we did reveal that bit, but how you get there,
yeah.
And this has to be the prime example of a television trope, a TV trope called British brevity.
Yeah,
they are in it and out in 8 episodes,
and that's a good thing.
Yes.
I mean, I heard they got picked up for the second season, and it's going to be 10 episodes this time.
Yes, give them a little extra.
Give them a little extra, but it's not going to... But they're not going to turkey meat it.
Because it's the worst when they do that. Like, you're enjoying the series.
And all of a sudden, they're like, we got to expand it to this many episodes.
Yeah, expand the first season. Yeah. Like okay, the first 10 episodes, they did great. Yeah. Okay, we're going to expand this season to 23. Like, wait a minute, you're not just gonna order more episodes for next season. It's the worst. It's the worst when they do that. When they just like extend the season. It's cool to see it going, but yeah, when they extend that season, it's long and drawn out.
Yeah.
A bunch of filler stories, i.e. heroes, and And no, 8 episodes, you're in it and out. I like it because I don't have all that time to be watching TV. Yeah. It's a little 8-hour commitment. Hey. It's cool.
And what's your predictions for the show, man? Like, what do you see happen in subsequent seasons?
This is why I actually like the show even more. Is because it's funny. It's kind of predictable to me, but no, it's not really a predictable show.
Yeah.
They don't telegraph a bunch of shit. I mean, some stuff they set up, but they don't badly telegraph stuff.
Well, I think they make things really open ended. Cause me, this is one of my biggest predictions.
Well, one name, Niska.
Yes,
my Niska. That girl is badass, boy.
My Niska. My motherfucking Niska. My Niska. You know, they get a chance.
Hashtag my Niska. Wow. I'll still sock you in the mouth if you come to me and say, "What's up, my Niska?" No.
I'll be like, yeah, we not. No N-word privileges to y'all. But I think with her character, because she's quite the engaging character, because she had the chance to she had the unfortunate chance to see the darker side of humanity. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking she's gonna become the Magneto of the sense.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a character to watch.
Cause and the messed up part is, I mean, you hate what she's done and what she's gonna do. But the sad part is,
you see why, especially with the reveal that.
Cause that was stupid where he put her at. I'm like, couldn't you just tell her just.
Well, and then the fucked up reveal that the original creator.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing fucked up shit to her.
Yeah, so she's seen the baser instincts
of
mankind, and so her character is definitely going to be, the Magneto of sense, that's going to be a huge thing,
and I think there's going to be an arm race too,
because
it's in the season, in the season finale, because like we said, spoiler alert. She makes a copy of the very consciousness program that was stuck in their heads, and so it's gonna be an arms race between her and the big bad Edwin Hobbs his slave program.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna be
because we got to see how that does damage to people. Brother man was like, Fred was like, his hands was twitching.
I like how Toby was like, it's that motherfucker right there. He's like, hell yeah.
He was like, he did not bite his tongue. He's like, dude, it's something up with him. I saw him twitching. He like started snitching. He
was talking to the air.
I loved it. I love that little bit because usually in science, in any kind of thing,
most times the characters kind of ignore little shit like that.
Yeah, or because he was essentially the zombie infectee.
Yeah,
you know how so somebody get bit and they start acting weird, and everybody around them's oblivious, just not ignore it until they all sleep or something, and the zombie effect, he becomes a zombie and gets him, catch him with the pants down. It's like, damn, Toby was like the hero on that one. He's like, it was him.
It was him. Man, y'all gotta shut that motherfucker down.
So yeah, check out Humans.
Yeah.
Season 1, great season. I'm gonna say it, to me, perfect.
Perfect
season.
You know what? I think perfect season. I think this show might last for maybe 4 to 6 seasons. I'm just giving that.
Ooh, you saying 4 to 6? Wow, that's a. I mean, I love the show. I don't know 4 to 6 seasons. I don't know about 4 to 6 because. Wow, where they're moving to.
It is kind of quick.
Because you got to understand, the moment that let's say they pull the trigger on Niska does what she does. You got a different show on your hands now. You got sentient robots.
Now you got to deal with the So
you got a different type show.
I might be right on the fourth season part then.
But one thing I really want them to do, please have a definite ending in mind.
Yeah. Just kind of set that up just in case y'all don't last long, or because it's obviously a show that can't like last for like 10 seasons and stuff. But it's gonna be one of those shows that is gonna once it has that definite ending, people gonna appreciate it.
I will say this, and then I'm definitely done with my part on it. In a top 100 sci-fi, let's say any list from here on out, Humans is easily on the 50s, in the 50s at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's earned its spot, It's like, hell, if Firefly can do it in 12 episodes, cuz Firefly is when it comes to top 100, hell, Firefly is in top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
So definitely Humans in 8 episodes that first season. They're in the top 50. They probably a little higher too. So yeah, definitely must watch it if you haven't. If we just spoil stuff for you, we told you, man.
We told you. And if you get mad, your last name, you change your last name, you're going to be crunchy.
So with that, wow, that's our episode for the day, man. I mean, we definitely went over time, but it ain't over time if you're having fun.
Yeah, especially with all this cool stuff that's been going on.
This definitely has to be one of our more, varied kind of episodes. We went all over the place with this one, man.
Yeah.
We went from Hulk to dinosaurs to Power Rangers to Tokusatsu. You see, so it's a fun ride. We definitely appreciate it if you if you like ride with us. As always, give us your questions, give us your comments, your suggestions. If you feel what we're doing, hey, give us that thumbs up and that subscribe. We definitely appreciate it, and definitely share our episodes on social media. Get it out there.
Yes, please get it out. Definitely get it out. It'd be very, very appreciated.
We're trying to find other, other avenues to get it out.
And feel free to tell us about any other avenues that we can bring this podcast out.
And hey, like always, the suggestions. Hey, if you got something that you've seen and you think we should talk about it, hey, send us a link. We'll check it out. We're pretty much open to watching anything legal.
Legal. And we don't want no bootleg shit.
We don't want no bootleg. We don't want no illegal stuff. Yeah, but send it on. We will definitely give it a review. Drop us a line. So that is episode 10. 10 deep, man. 10 deep. Well, technically 8 deep. I gotta put out 7 and 8.
But we going Quentin Tarantino with
yeah, we do it out of sequence. We building something. All right, everybody. Allow us to reintroduce ourselves. I am GDX.
And I'm D Young Promos.
Collectively known as the Young Brothers. And that was Geeks on Fleek. We out.
Peace.
I'll be the same.